The Joes are cruising through the desert toward an oasis, but rather than crawling around panting, "Water! Water!" these cool dudes are making the most of their apparently unlimited budget and enjoying the scenery on cool dude motorcycles. Then they have a vaguely problematic chat with this fellow and his camel. Not like the nation of Carbamia problematic, but it still makes me a bit uncomfortable, so we'll just press forward. The Joes spot their quarry, the Crimson Twins, on their own cool dude ATVs, and fire is exchanged, during which Duke feels it necessary to give this order.
Remember, aim for their tires!
This kind of implies that one of these guys, my money's on Gung Ho, has a tendency to go for headshots when the situation doesn't entirely call for it. Just a damn cannon directly to the head. That's my head cannon. Then a bunch of army guys in weird costumes, different army guys in different weird costumes, ride in to help. This, apparently, is the October Guard, the Soviet Union's answer to G.I. Joe. But before we even get time to absorb this delightfully batshit new premise, the show tops itself by sending in a bunch of flying saucers. No, seriously, check this dude out. I mean, it's very possible that this is a Cobra trick of some kind, but don't forget, this universe has embraced the existence of parallel universes, actual living Egyptian gods, mermaids, ghosts, and sea monsters. Also, this show may or may not exist in the same world where a race of alien robots are fighting a civil war across the planet. It's just as possible that this is an actual alien. The alien claims to be from a world orbiting the star Sirius, and he abducts the Crimson Twins and fucks off. Naturally, Gung Ho's reaction to all this is to pick a fight with the toughest looking October Guard member, because I guess this guy's been to prison before? Then Duke and his Russian counterpart agree to just walk away and pretend none of this ever happened, for reasons? Well, you guys can pretend all you want, but since those flying saucers are now running rampant across Earth, blowing things up seemingly at random, it seems kind of extra stupid to keep this encounter to yourselves, especially since the American and Soviet representatives at the UN are keen to blame each other for the attacks. Ah, the Cold War. I actually kind of miss it. Is that weird? In an effort to cool things off, Duke decides to approach the October Guard with the idea of combining forces. Only he does this by sneaking into their secret headquarters in a submarine, and then scaling the walls of their HQ by...
Ever been to the circus, Gung Ho? Ever seen a human cannonball?
I swear to Christ, nobody on this show makes a single decision that would qualify as common sense or logic in our world. And I love that. Seriously though, Duke, you could just call them. They know who you are. We just established this in a previous scene. Naturally, everyone starts fighting and Duke ends the fight by drawing a gun on the October Guard colonel. Sure. Also, I didn't mention it the first 3 times he said it, but that one guy Gung Ho keeps fighting with, whose name is Horror Show, by the way. Yeah, Gung Ho keeps calling him a big Russian bear, and it's really hard not to read some kind of sexual tension into that, given that he says it at least 5 more times. I'm just saying. The Joes and the October Guard split into teams and start looking for aliens. They find one on TV, which is something they could have found if they just stayed home. And then they don't even spot the most obvious of obvious clues, that the alien is drinking milk, and therefore probably isn't an alien at all. So I guess this is a mystery that even the best minds of 2 different superpowers can't crack. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes teams up with a Russian guy whose shtick is that he's pretending to be an American cowboy, and I love this.
Tarnation!
They're abducted by Tomax and Zaymot, who claim they made a deal with the aliens, and I can see where this is going. Which is disappointing because, again, aliens would not be out of place in this insane fever dream of a show. Then again, this happens.
I would not wish them to interfere, Effendi.
With Cobra's battle plan.
Wait, what was even the point of that? I guess Cobra Commander was trying to get the 2 major world powers to move their defenses away from the Kremlin and the White House, and this is how he chose to do that?
So, now you know.
And you know how much of the battle is knowing? Half! So the combined forces of the US and the USSR fight off the fake alien invasion. During the fight, Gung Ho is pinned under some debris and Horror Show saves his life. So surely now they're going to kiss, right? No. The answer is no. The answer is always no. Oh, and look, someone did notice that milk thing. It was Snake Eyes. Ha ha ha! It's funny for some reason.